Alright. So we're at Polly's house and we're gonna start working on this. Is like, I'm gonna call it quarantine day one. Yes. And we're gonna start working on the adjustable or the extended lower control arms for the 3000. So I bought one of the control arms over and we're gonna run it through the part washer and basically cut it and start seeing what we can do with it to get these things extended, get more camber in the front of the car, and start with this whole front end project. So he has one of these nifty parts washers here
that we always forget about.
Yeah, that's always been here. We always forget about it. And it basically just shoots a solvent, circulates a solvent, and you scrub your stuff down and make it all clean. All right, so we ran to the store, got a bunch of bottles of brake clean. This has been drying, so we'll hit it with some brake clean, get all the rest of the solvent off of it. Then we can start marking some things up and measuring some things and all that.
Considering this tape measure is built the S10, the Suburban, and the C15, we need to go in about 4 feet.
To the 3000 point.
Yeah. We're gonna do the inch and 3/8.
Seems like it'd be way more than that, but like
yeah.
You would think, but I also feel like that is a lot more camber.
Oh, that's way better. Let me watch through the cameras.
Yeah, they lined up.
Sure. I can't see this one through the camera.
No.
Shit, the shadow. Let me get the light over.
There it is.
Yeah.
That ain't going nowhere.
There.
So Polly just cut this piece. This is gonna be the bottom piece. It's gonna go in between. Oh yeah, wow. I was like, oh, that looks a little thinner. It's gonna go underneath, like so. Make it easier too, since there's extra. If we have to, say, extend it further, we can grind the tacks and slide it out.
I want to go too far, I'll just make extra different pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or if we have to go in.
Yeah, if we go in, we can fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's a little bit of adjustability with it.
Yeah, I gotta adjust my volume. I think that's it.
Looks like that's it. All right, so first hit.
But whatever.
What? Oh. The double check?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Oh, wow. That's fucking... Oh.
Sick.
I'd have to look around it.
Yeah, we can't touch each other because of the Ronas. What's that? Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing now.
We went over this, though.
We have gone over this.
Yeah, like 8 months ago, to the point where you probably forgot half of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I made a comment about how you can't see anything through this thing until you're actually done it.
Yeah.
So Just
Basically, you're gonna want to hold it like that,
yeah,
and then just draw a C on the both pieces of metal.
touching both.
Yeah. And then just keep drawing C's back and forth,
This is good.
and we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
Can't see anything. The problem is you can't see anything through this.
Yep, it's all about when you can always move after you start. Like, it doesn't have to be on
Yeah,
point with it.
All right, we good there?
Oh yeah, we're good. Is the camera making the try?
I wasn't touching it. Okay. Oh boy.
52, babe. We won't zoom in on it, but
I missed that. I didn't touch
yeah.
both.
Well,
of them.
don't have the cup sitting on it. So you want it like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but like that far away from it.
All right.
Yeah, that'll make it easier to go back and forth. I should have said that. Take it. A lot better.
I don't know about that.
Dude, for your second time welding, I'd say so.
I ventured off a little bit.
It's your second time. Yeah. That's actually really good, dude.
All right, I'm happier with that.
That's your third weld.
I'm happier with
How do you feel about this?
that.
You don't need me anymore, do you?
No, I mean, we're moving on to bigger and better things.
All right, guess I'm fired. Later, guys. Yeah, dude. Doing good.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy
It actually
with
looks better than the 3 of mine on the other side.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. She's thick, but I'm happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm just getting it really hot.
No, you're doing good.
No?
You're
All right.
moving fast enough, yeah.
All right. I'll just finish off this little.
Yeah, might as well. Part time.
I feel like I would do better with a mask.
Well, no, yeah, you will. I just don't have one here.
Yeah.
We're doing.
So let's see how far I can make it.
Where's the mic on this thing? I've never done this before
fine.
for you.
Just
Is it
hold
on
I
this
just
side?
hold it on the sides.
Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
all right.
the mic is like down
Yeah,
here.
so I feel like I just screwed up all the
it'll still good.
volume on the other one.
It's still good. All right.
I'm used to being the guy under pressure.
I know. Now I know how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm not here. Nope, I'm not. Off to a rough start.
You got too confident. Not bad though, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's welded.
Nature's Welding Services.
That's my best one, right? Right there. My third weld.
Yeah, third weld.
But you know, you just hit this with a grinder and you'll never know. It's fine. Like, you just get it with the grinder. It's good to go. It'll look professional.
I've been out and grinded that tuber a couple times because of me, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, cool. So I did the welds and stuff.
Hey,
But this is now extended.
that's 4 years in the making. I was trying to get you to weld.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I finally have used the welder. We're gonna make sides, and Paulie's gonna weld it with the 220 and all that.
Grind it
So
all down like
yeah.
not messed up on this end, not the other side. But keep them.
Oh yeah, of course. So the next step is gonna be test fitting this on the car, sliding the knuckle back on, and all that jazz, and seeing how much camber and all that this gets me. Just extended 35 mil. That's a 35 millimeter gap right there. All right, guys. So I'm home now. It's the next day, and the sun is up. And I'm gonna test fit this lower control arm. Just kind of hang everything off the car to see where 35 millimeters of extension puts me in terms of camber and things like that. So got all the hardware here. I got the knuckle and the coil over and all that, and I'm gonna just loosely put, like, you know, hand tight, finger tight, everything just enough so that it is all in the car, and we'll see where we're at. So I have my coil over here, my lower control arm with just these plates kind of mocked up right here, and then my knuckle hub and all that. Now these obviously aren't finished. There are no sides on them yet. This is merely just for us to see, I mean, because for this car, everything is a shot in the dark. So this is just for us to see if this is the length that we're gonna have to go with to get the amount of camber in the front that we need, because we're ultimately gonna try and convert this top hat into a caster plate. All right, so the control arm is hung. Took the nut off the ball joint there. All right, so everything's hung in here. And I got the camber bolt in the top there, so there's some up and back movement until I just snug that up. Looking as is, there is still some camber in the front, but this is how I did the top hat. So instead of it being straight in and out for camber, it's on an angle. I'm gonna shift it back, and I can actually go further. So there are 3 hole slots on top of here. So if I take these guys out, I will be able to move them up here, and that will ultimately allow me to move the top hat all the way back in the slot. Get a little bit more adjustment off the top here. So what I'm trying to do is see if this gives me enough caster and camber in the front. Otherwise, I'll go back to how this was and I'll just max the camber out, and then we'll have to slot these holes back to give me some more positive caster. So with the wheels on, coil over in that position. Step back. That's the kind of front camber that I have. Let's tow it in a little bit. Let me just push it forward. That's the kind of front camber that I have. It definitely sticks out a lot more. However, the camber doesn't look too different. Actually, it looks like there's more on there. There's definitely more camber on there. So I'm probably gonna stick with this for now. The remainder of the adjustments can be made up here. If once it's on the alignment rack, I find that, so I made these markings. So the closer markings are kind of where this top hat bolt kind of lines up with now. This is where it was when the top hat was rotated and it was max camber. So if we notice that there are, if there's like a lack of adjustment in camber and we can't get what we need out of it and things like that, we can go back to how it used to be with the top hat rotated around, and then we can slot these holes back as much as we can to get some positive caster adjustment. But right now it has more positive caster because previously the coilover was centered with this opening, and now it's shifted back here and we have a little bit more negative camber, and we have the negative camber that is given by the extended lower control arm like so. We also came up with a new idea for a tie rod setup. So I'm going to be utilizing some Honda parts and some custom made parts, and we're going to be getting a tie rod setup that will no longer be on an upward angle from the rack to the knuckle. So that'll make it a lot better steering geometry wise. We'll have a tie rod that is, you know, on the same plane as the lower control arm, instead of trying to push upwards, which will actually get us, we were losing steering angle by pushing upwards than pushing straight across. We were actually losing some angle there. So we'll be getting that back as well. I'm gonna finish this video up here, guys, and get to editing it. We're gonna keep working on these lower control arms, and Paulie's gonna stop over later and see what they look like on the car, and we'll keep you updated in the next video or so with the 3000 and its steering knuckle adjustments. And this is day 1 of quarantine, or day 2 of quarantine. So we're gonna be getting done some stuff here and there on the car, because right now all drift events are canceled and everything's pushed back. So thanks for watching, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.